Worker found neglected in
All right, we're back.
Shelter
Gosh
pause
darn.
in
That was
Mesa.
weird.
Been zone called
Okay.
That was bizarre.
Yeah, it sucked.
A volume of abuse to animals.
Just kind of threw me off because I'm literally in a room talking to myself going, is anybody listening? Or am I?
Oh, yeah, no, like I said, you were going out
on.
over the air. All your sound was going out over the air. You just couldn't hear anything from us.
National Forest. Fire Information Officer Gabrielle.
But like I said, I was trying to give you any and all information I knew, which was basically that I didn't know any information. So I apologize.
No, that's okay, dude. Ain't your problem.
Be able to protect homes,
I just didn't want it to sound bad, so.
Infrastructure.
No, you're good.
And our fingers crossed that nothing unexpected.
Sometime in the next 2 hours, we'll be giving away those Harlem Globetrotter tickets.
Okay, but community of Pine Flat, the fire is currently 0% contained. Up to 220,000 people in Fort Lauderdale, Florida might be without water until tomorrow. City officials say a private contractor struck a 42-inch line yesterday, and customers are being told to expect to be without water for 24 to 36 hours. Now, keep in mind, this is Florida in the summertime. The state is hauling in truckloads of bottled water to Broward County. There are multiple reports that President Trump plans to nominate the son of former...
Also, Aaron wanted me to let you know that you need to fill out an invoice for him and email him with an invoice.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't even need to be paid. I won't tell him that. Just glad to be on the air.
Look at your money.
Oh, he was just telling me to let you know that was the case. So
very good. Thank you, buddy.
7-2-23.
Oh, I have to tease here, right?
5 o'clock with a check of
yes, correct.
Traffic.
Okay, buddy.
Here's Lee Powell and Carly Cooper.
Craig on the 101 southbound. There's a wreck at Elliott Road at the off-ramp. Also a lot of stop and go southbound 101 as you drive home from the 202 Red Mountain Freeway all the way out to about Guadalupe Road. Just a very slow ride there. Guadalupe Road, there's a wreck at Rural. Also, we've got one on Cave Creek Road just north of the 101. Broken water main headaches on Shea Boulevard. Westbound Shea closed. Trying to get that patched up right now at Tatum. Carly, what's up on the west side?
Hey, well, I'm seeing a big stretch of slowing on the 17 heading northbound from Central all the way up to Peoria. The 51 northbound's no picnic either. You're slow and go between McDowell and Bethany Home. 10 westbound at 83rd Avenue, crash remains off left. Another wreck off left on the 101 westbound at State Route 51, though that should be in the clearing stages. 24th Street at McDowell, a crash there, and wrapping up a collision at 7th Street south of McDowell. I'm Carly Cooper. Next traffic, 515, 550, KFYI.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Express Employment Professionals is thanking workers in a big way. This August, Express is awarding $1,000 cash prizes weekly and a chance to win a $10,000 vacation. Register on the Express Jobs app or ExpressPros.com. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express.
From the Weather Center, here's Fox 10's Christy Siefkin.
Mostly clear tonight, 86
Hour 2 coming up.
degrees
Jack,
for
thanks
Friday,
for joining me.
high of 110 with sunshine, and then mostly clear again overnight, 86 and gusts up to 20 miles an hour. For Saturday, 108 with clear skies.
And currently it's 106 in Phoenix. I'm Craig Martin. Your next news at 527 on News Talk 550 KFYI and on FM at 95.5 HD2.
You're live.
Rob Carson filling in on the conservative circus. Yeah, more fallout from Donald Trump saying if you don't like the country, go find a better place to live. Joe Scarborough is unhinged, saying the Republicans are going to pay the ultimate price for being silent on Trump. All of that coming up in your reaction in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
You're live.
I guess if I was a member of the conservative circus, I'd be one of the clowns. My name is Rob Carson. It is an honor and a privilege to be back on 550 KFYI. Really, honestly, thank you for Aaron. Thank you for having me back on. So we got a couple hours to go here, and we've got more, obviously, on the Trump tweet heard around the world, and another excuse to call Donald Trump a racist, blah, blah, blah. I'm just so damn tired of the word racist at this point, honestly. It is absurd. It is honestly, it's just breathtaking. It is breathtaking that the word racist is thrown around so much. Honestly, does it really, if you're not a racist, even if you are a racist, okay, say you're really a racist, you're like a really racist guy, you've got a Klan hood hanging in the closet there, and somebody comes up and calls you a racist, you're like, why, thank you very much. I'd be like saying, hey, to me, hey, Rob, you look like you lost weight. Well, thank you very much. Real racists, they're like, yeah, I'm a racist. Most people who, are not racist who get called racist, they get freaked out. Why, I'm not a racist. What are you talking about? That's what's going on in the country right now. A lot of people will call it racist, and now I'm just to the point where I think we're like, shut up. Shut up. I'm not a racist. It's not 1967 all over again. I think there's a couple things going on here. I think a lot of it has to do with how people are being educated in this country. Obviously, the propaganda, the media portrays in this country, everything's racist, cops are racist, blacks are being killed wholesale by police officers, Charlottesville, blah, 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 The country's not racist. We've always been very accepting. We've always been very, immigration friendly. I did my ancestry DNA last year and accidentally found my family. It was kind of weird. I did the ancestry DNA. Never expected I was going to find my biological family. All of a sudden, a cousin over here, half-sister over here. Holy crap, And basically said, I found out that we were immigrants after the turn of the century, so we had nothing to do with slavery. So I don't know, am I a racist? Honestly, and listen, is it time we just said, let's take the focus off the millennial generation? Nothing against you millennials who are actually smart and patriotic, but honestly, it's time to take the focus off millennials, because honestly, we've had to focus on you, and what have you done? You've completely freaking failed us. You look like idiots. You're politically correct. You need safe spaces. You can't handle speech. Things that you disagree with are a weapon. It's time to go on, move on, go to Generation Z where my kids are. We got a 19-year-old and a 14-year-old. Let's focus on those kids. My son, he's had in his brief career working, he's worked 4 different jobs. He's a hard-working kid. Both of my kids are patriotic. They're great kids. You know what? Let's take the focus off the millennial generation. We skipped Generation X. I'm a Generation Xer. They kind of skipped over us. We just went to work and we had our kids, and then now some of us are having grandkids. I'm not, thank God. Let's just, screw the millennial generation, screw the snowflake generation, except for those of you who are legitimately awesome and patriotic and all that stuff. But, honestly, I've had enough. I've had enough. Ilhan Omar, AOC, no life experience whatsoever. She moves in and acts like she owns the place. She won 18,000 votes in a country of 300 plus million. Screw you. I'm just so tired of it. These are children. These are children. And you don't run anything. Now, listen, if the Democrat Party wants to make you crown you the new face of the Democrat Party, I say, here. Because all the rest of us are going, at least I'm going, yay, I love it. Please, you're showing the rest of the country the Democrat Party. This is what the Democrat Party is. And this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well for Democrats. It is not going to end well. Joe Scarborough, he was wrong about everything. Joe Scarborough is very disappointed. And there's I don't know what it is when you hook up with somebody, you kind of lose your mind. Joe Scarborough's hooked up with Mika Brzezinski, and then she had an affair, and they both had affairs, and then now they're all together and everything, and they do their show from their palatial house in Florida. They're not in Washington D.C. And he is just, wow. Have you ever had a friend, maybe when you were in college, a friend who got a girlfriend, and you're like, what the hell happened to you? And he's with her all the time, and all of a sudden, it happened with Yoko and the Beatles, You're like, what are you blinded by here? And that's what Joe Scarborough has become. Joe Scarborough used to fill in for Rush. Joe Scarborough is so blinded by whatever he's getting from her that he's just bat guano crazy. And more wrong on everything than you could possibly imagine. And this, at one point, I think he was actually an intelligent human being. He was a member of Congress. Here's Joe Scarborough about Republicans are going to pay the ultimate price for being silent on Donald Trump.
First of all, I don't think people are standing by idly. Jonathan Lemire.
Republicans are.
Yeah, Republicans are, but Republicans...
Mika Brzezinski is so funny. She just sits there. She just sits there and just chimes in occasionally. She honestly dumb as a box of rocks without the rocks.
Are going to pay the ultimate price.
How are they going to pay the ultimate price? His approval ratings have gone up.
Don't mean to be Pollyannish here.
You're Pollyannish. You what? You don't mean to, but you are.
But for 2 years, people said, how can Donald Trump do what he can do?
Who has said that?
For 2 years, people have said the institutions won't hold up.
Who said that? You and your ilk did.
2 years, people have said this man is a dictator. And
you have said that. Who else has said that? Anybody in the arena yesterday? Anybody in the arena says that he is a dictator? 2
years. I said we get to vote every 2 years.
Okay. Honestly, unbelievable. And as always, listen, I'm a talk show host. I'm a syndicated comedy writer. How do you get a TV show like that being that stupid? Honestly, how are you that out of touch? Who has said all of those things about Donald Trump? The left has said all of those things. The radical left has said all of those things. We have seen, my God in heaven, since the election 2016, we have seen the most epic temper tantrum in the history of mankind. A party and a political affiliation that cannot accept that a man won the presidency. And I was thinking about the resolution they presented to call Donald Trump a racist. Is that all? Is that the only thing you have to do with your time? Of all the things in the world, our deficit is skyrocketing. The border is a disaster. And they're doing this pissing match. This little pissing match, this little tit for tat. I'm so sick of it. A little bit more from Joe Scarborough, again, being wrong about everything.
The only thing that will remain from this will be the rage that he stirs up in his opponents' hearts.
Well, there's never been any rage. I mean, they were completely happy with him until Sunday with the tweet. I mean, seriously.
Which will make them go out and vote him out of office.
Do you think rage wins elections? Do you think rage, hating someone, wins elections? I don't think it does. You know what wins elections? People having more in their paycheck. People having jobs. Today I closed on a house. Oh, my family's had some bumps. I mean, I feel blessed. I really feel blessed. I'm on KFYI, baby. Come on. Rage? You think rage is going to win at the voting booth?
Let's remember that this rally last night in North Carolina was originally scheduled to be a rebuttal to Robert Mueller's testimony.
Okay, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Rage is not going to win an election. Rage and hate is not going to win an election. Your thoughts are welcome if we can get the phones to work again. 602-260-5394. 602-260-5394. A little bit more from Joe Scarborough coming up in a second. Donnie Deutsch. Sorry. Donnie Deutsch says basically that we are on a dangerous road to Hitlerian dystopia in this country because of Donald Trump's tweet, among other things. And, of course, we couldn't, any thought wouldn't be complete without Meghan McCain's response to it. So we'll hear from Meghan McCain on The View about this latest tweet and the chant during the speech during the Trump rally yesterday. Okay, my name is Rob Carson, filling in on the Conservative Circus. Time to go to Eastside, Westside traffic with Lee Powell and Carly Cooper.
Yeah, here, carpool HOV blocked off eastbound 202 Red Mountain Freeway at Priest.
Is there anything specifically you want to take calls on, or just kind of
just
what are you looking for?
I didn't hear anything
also,
at all again. I didn't know.
Southbound 101 at Elliott at the off ramp.
Yeah, we can take calls on anything people want to sound off on.
Go Sky Harbor over to I.
Did you not hear anything again on the sounders?
I heard nothing.
Slowing 24th Street.
Not a thing.
So bizarre.
And Shea Boulevard closed westbound.
I thought that
broken
segment was
water
good
main
regardless.
Repair work ongoing at Tatum Boulevard. Here's Carly Carly on the west side.
At least you can hear me, which is important.
Thank goodness.
Northbound from Thomas up to Dunlap.
All right, see if we
Traveling
get
on
the
the
phone.
10 westbound from 19th Avenue to 83rd Avenue. We do have a wreck that remains off left at 83rd Avenue. Just a bunch of cars off to the side. Another crash off left in the clearing stages as well. Loop 101 westbound at State Route 51. And on the surface streets, police on scene of a collision 24th Street at McDowell. I'm Carly Cooper. Next traffic, 530, 550, KFYI.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Express Employment Professionals is thanking
5
workers
minutes.
in a big
Okay,
way.
buddy, thank
This
you.
August, Express is awarding $1,000 cash prizes
I thought that
weekly and a
segment was
chance
good.
to win a $10,000
Oh, Jack
vacation.
Cohen said
Yes.
great.
Register on the Express Jobs app.
I will say that
Express knows jobs.
you may want to
Get know
boost your
Express.
audio levels just a hair on your audio.
No
Oh,
spin.
okay.
The Bill O'Reilly
Yeah, just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit.
Okay,
thank
tomorrow
you.
morning at 9:50.
Yeah, no problem.
550 KFYI. On FM at 95.5 HD2.
Message and data rates may apply.
Do you want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses right here in Phoenix? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll be introduced to our 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Phoenix area who want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Phoenix is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where we'll share how to get started making money flipping houses and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
For the moments in life worth celebrating, there's nothing like a gift of Shane Company jewelry. I'm Tom Shane.
And I'm Alicia.
Popping out of the studio for a minute.
year
I'll be right
long,
back.
I'll be here,
Alicia
buddy.
and her team personally design gifts for those special moments, like an anniversary, a birthday, a graduation, or just because.
We've created exclusive gifts in every price range. Unlike other jewelers who sell the same mass-produced jewelry over and over, we're constantly designing
very
new
funny.
styles. Whatever the occasion, her gift will be unique.
I had to go check
we
on
have
the dogs.
anniversary bands with diamonds, rubies, or sapphires, hand-selected at the source. We also have diamond necklaces, tennis bracelets, and diamond stud earrings, classic, timeless gifts.
My team has redesigned all the basics to be anything but basic. Our attention to detail and unique designs make these pieces extraordinary. They're made to last and to be loved for a lifetime.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
It's a financial megatrend and a huge story the mainstream media is missing. Hi, Jim Clark, Republic Monetary Exchange. Foreign governments and central banks are scrambling to buy gold. They're losing faith in the Federal Reserve debt-backed dollars. So they're buying gold with money they used to keep in dollars. The impact on the value of the dollar will be huge. Protect yourself and profit by diversifying into gold. Call or stop by Republic Monetary Exchange on Camelback just east of 40th Street. 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
Are you looking for your next home, your dream home? Hey, it's Rob Hunter, and I'm going to tell you about an idea of trading in your current house. Yes, Knock.com has reinvented home buying and selling to make it like trading in your old car. Here's what Knock does. They get you into your new home as soon as you're ready. Then they help you sell your old home for the highest price possible on your schedule. It's awesome, and it's easy. With
All right, I'm back.
no rushing around to get the old house clean to sell. It's the best way to buy and sell.
So you're hearing the spots, or you're just
I'm
hearing
hearing
me?
That is Knock.
I'm hearing him now. Thank you.
At Dreamside,
Okay, cool.
Pella, we must sell 500 windows and doors by July 22nd, and only 200 remain. Buy one window or patio door, get the second 50% off, or 3 years no interest. This sale only applies to the next 200 units sold or until July 22nd. Which means you have less than 1 week left. Dreamstyle Windows and Doors featuring Pella. Visit DreamStyleWindows.com to schedule your free consultation. That's DreamStyleWindows.com.
Hi, this is Ken from Online Trading Academy Phoenix and Next Week in Stocks. For a fresh look at the news and how it affects your
What are you doing
money,
this weekend?
check out Online Trading Academy's Next Week in Stocks.
Are you asking me?
Yes. Saturday and
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to somebody else.
No. KFYI.
Anniversaries Weather Center.
My mother is going to be in town, so I'll probably spend time with her.
Nice. Sunny tomorrow with a high.
Yeah, so that'll be good. I haven't seen her about 3 months.
Oh.
So
This report is sponsored by
they went up in the mountains, so now they're back for a little bit. So
I haven't had a chance
it'll be nice to see her.
I
haven't had a chance to explore
this August,
Arizona. I've been
Express
to
is awarding $1,000
Sedona. Oh my
cash
God.
prizes weekly and a chance.
Sedona's great. They have a cabin up in Alpine.
Register on the Express Jobs app or Express.
It's on the. It's right near the Arizona. It's right near the Arizona-New Mexico border.
Noble Blood, a new history podcast from
And I believe I'm the only person that they know that has never been to their cabin.
Oh, really?
Fascinating royal.
Just because of timing, travel, money, all sorts of stuff. So
I understand.
I'll get up there eventually.
Yeah, brother.
And family drama.
Here we go. There is a liner, so just wait for the liner and then you'll be good to go.
Okay.
iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, and it's easy to see why. Find Noble Blood on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Perspective on the big news stories with Mike Broomhead tomorrow morning at 6 on News Talk 550 KFYI.
You're live.
Rob Carson filling in on the conservative circus here on KFYI. Honor and a privilege to be here. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. Obviously, more on Donald Trump's tweet saying that the squad should go back from whence they came. I think it's funny. I just, the whole thing. I'm just so tired of being called a white supremacist. I'm tired of being called privileged. Dear Lord in heaven. You know, and I'm not concerned about me. I'm tough. I can handle it, right? I'm tough. I can handle it. Call me a racist. I'm not a racist. I know I'm not a racist. Doesn't affect me. Doesn't affect me. But I'm worried about my son, who has just completed his freshman year in college. And I know he does not have a racist bone in his body. And I'm tired of it. Tired of it. I'm tired of people saying, you know, Nike, man, that Betsy Ross flag, that's a symbol of white supremacy. And Nike strikes it. I'm tired of people kneeling during the national anthem, then being invited on every late night talk show like they're a hero, even though they are a member of the U.S. women's soccer team. Fortunately, she, disappeared. I'm tired of I'm tired of people being offended by everything. You know what? We live in the greatest country in the world where you can offend people without going to jail. Last week, who the hell was it? The member of Congress said that people should be prosecuted for making fun of Congress. Are you out of your effing mind? Are you out of your nut? Well, that's what the country kind of feels like right now. There was a chant at a Trump rally. Send her back, send her back. People said of Ilhan Omar, a radical anti-Semite, who said in 2012, Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awake. Doesn't that kind of sound like, I don't know, something you'd say before you flew a plane into a building and killed a bunch of people? Let me honestly, may Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. That sounds like a bad action movie. The bad guy in the movie. She said it. She said it. The left in this country, they literally, when Donald Trump said, let's make America great again, they said America was never great. I don't know about you, but I say bullcrap. I think America is great. I think it's time we're unabashedly proud of our country, and I know that many of you are, and I am. I quite simply am tired of this. And this is the line. I'm done. Shut up, STFU. Go. Get out. But, of course, no conversation we can play without Meghan McCain sounding off on the Harpies from Hell. I mean, the View. I keep got a little slip of the tongue there. The View. Meghan McCain, of course, is slamming Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner for not denouncing their father's racist remarks. Here is the... honestly, I don't expect a cure for cancer coming from this woman anytime soon. Here she is on the Harpies, the View today.
You're taking away my agency to criticize her policy because you're making this.
My agency? Hold on. What?
You're taking away my agency to criticize her policy because you're making this so much.
It's an agency to she has an agency? Like what? Is that the DHS? What?
About race, xenophobia, racism. Yeah. I think anytime you're hitting in a
Oh, she's talking about Ivanka Trump, I guess.
Territory where you're telling any American citizen who is of a different color than you are to send them back. I too didn't think this was something that I would see in...
He didn't say that. He said that about a group of people who have decided to segregate themselves because of color and sex and hate America.
In my country, especially when we're going into 2020, and let me tell you, Republicans right now, we may be in power and have popularity and Trump's numbers may be real high, but let me tell you, it's my generation that's going to answer for this. Try selling conservatism to a younger generation when all they see is this kind of crap on TV. And the Trump administration, all of you, Ivanka, Jared, because you're around my age range, where are you in this? Because if my parents were doing this, let me tell you.
Oh, shut up. You're not the voice of your generation. Dear Lord, you are not the voice of your generation. And honestly, listen, Meghan McCain, millennials, I got to tell you, you kind of abuse the privilege at this point. I mean, listen, I love you 18 to 35. How old are you now? How are the millennials now? Because they were 18 to 34 about 4 years ago. So now I guess they're like 24 to 42? Are those millennials? I'm not seeing a whole lot of productivity out of you right now. I mean, nothing against you. Listen, and listen, you guys who are millennials, maybe I'm sure there are many of you just throwing your hands up. You're like, this is not my generation. I'm proud of my country. Meghan McCain is not how did you become the voice of a generation? You have a job on The View because your dad was a senator. I mean, honestly, really? Denouncing her president's or their father's racist remarks after his xenophobic rhetoric is chanted by supporters at a rally. Ayanna Pressley, who is, I mean, honestly, kind of a last-minute addition to the group here. You had the squad. They call them the squad. I just think that's fantastic. The squad. We're the squad. So you had Rashida Tlaib. Okay, we know her. We had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I'm not going to do the Spanish accent. This is a little overdone. But AOC, whatever. You've got Ilhan Omar, and then at the end they throw in Ayanna Pressley. And why? What? They needed a quartet. They couldn't have done a trio. I don't understand it. And they all three have separated from the Democrat Party, and suddenly, even though they have very little life experience and certainly very little experience as legislators, and suddenly they are the voice of the party. I think that is spectacular. I really do. I think it's wonderful, and I think it's, as much as many people are thinking that Donald Trump is being denounced a racist for criticizing these four women. These four women are deeply unpopular. Their views are unpopular. They do not resonate with the country. You can say all you want, and Meghan McCain can say all she wants about the President of the United States and how he's a racist and how he's a whatever, and the left continue. But they are not popular. They do not represent a movement. But if the perception of them representing the Democrat Party exists, hell yeah. Yeah. Your thoughts are welcome here, guys. 602-260-5394. Okay? 602-260-5394. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Donnie Deutsch, this guy on MSNBC. MSNBC, dear God in heaven. How do you watch that network? Donnie Deutsch is convinced that we are marching down, and here we go again. Okay. How many times we've heard, and I remember this during the Bush administration. Bush was Hitler. Everybody's Hitler. Everybody's Hitler. Everybody is, there's a Holocaust. We've got a Holocaust on the border. Donald Trump has a white supremacist in the White House. I mean, literally, honestly, sitting around with KKK hoods in the White House. All of this is just nonsense. All of this is absurd. But it doesn't keep people like Donnie Deutsch from saying things. I don't think I have that. I'm looking for the audio cut. Hold on. He said basically we're heading to such a dangerous place, and guess what? You look at history, it can happen here. Maybe it's the Jews next. Oh, I forgot. His daughter is married to a Jew. Who says, and I come from a group of people where it happened to 6 million of them, and I'm not saying Trump is that person. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're saying Trump is that person. And if something doesn't resonate, it has to get bigger. That's the thing with the Democrat Party. If something doesn't resonate, it has to get bigger. All right? If saying somebody's a racist doesn't resonate, you have to make it bigger. It has to become worse. It has to become worse. Your thoughts are welcome, guys. Here's the number, 602-260-5394, 602-260-5394. Right now, here is the 550 KFYI download with Craig Martin.
Evacuations are underway.
You're clear.
The cellar fire burning south of Prescott.
Setting up some calls for you right now.
Thank you, buddy.
Issued a mandatory
It'll be good to get some calls
for the
on.
community of Pine Flats.
Indeed.
The fire has scorched more than 6,400 acres. And
hopefully you can actually hear them this time.
Yes, exactly. Thanks.
Officials say a Navy warship shot down an Iranian drone after it crossed into threatening range. It got within 1,000 yards of the USS Boxer in the Strait of Hormuz. A group of Mesa police officers have filed a notice of claim against the city and the department for allowing a superior to keep his job after moving forward with sexual harassment claims.
She went to the pool and now she's back in the house.
Has been demoted from sergeant to patrol officer.
Why?
And the rest of the country is getting a taste of what we deal with every summer here in the
Dude,
Valley.
I'm on the air.
Millions of Americans are under heat watches or warnings as temperatures soar and heat indexes top 100 degrees across the Midwest and the East Coast. The heat wave is forecast to last through the weekend. 550 KFYI covers the Valley with Eastside, Westside traffic. Here's Lee Powell and Carly Cooper.
And we got a slow ride through the heat on the 101 southbound, Craig. There's a wreck at Elliott at the off-ramp. Also heavy traffic, 101 south, 202 Red Mountain Freeway over to Guadalupe Road. You've got some slowing showing up eastbound 1024th Street into the 143. Queen Creek Road, a wreck there. Also, we've got a crash on Guadalupe and Rural. And a broken water main. Shea Boulevard westbound restricted. In fact, it's closed right now. Shut down westbound at Tatum Boulevard. What's the latest on the west side, Carly?
Well, hey, Lise, you're still crawling on the 10 heading westbound from 7th Avenue past the Deck Park Tunnel out to 83rd Avenue. I just saw a wreck drive off on the 10 westbound at 83rd Avenue. That's finally out of there, so expect traffic to pick up in the area. We do have a new crash pushed off to the shoulder on the 17 northbound at 7th Street, and a wreck remains 24th Street at McDowell. I'm Carly Cooper. Next traffic, 545, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Express Employment Professionals is thanking workers in a big way. This August, Express is awarding $1,000 cash prizes weekly and a chance to win a $10,000 vacation. Register on the Express Jobs app or ExpressPros.com. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express.
Scored a new smart speaker during Amazon Prime Day or ahead of the crowd and already have one? Let iHeartRadio put Alexa to work for you. Your Alexa can get you a trip to Vegas to experience the iHeartRadio Music Festival front row. Super easy to enter. First, link your free iHeartRadio account in the Alexa app. Next, say, Alexa, play the iHeartRadio Music Festival station, and you're automatically entered to win. That's it. Vegas for the weekend. Front row tickets to the iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000 cash. All from iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. Warmth, charm, rustic, contemporary. That's Shiplap. As an accent wall or media wall, kitchens, bedrooms, Shiplap is a timeless look. 50% off everything now at theshiplapstore.com and in a Stone Creek furniture store near you.
Hey, this is James T. for 3010 Weight Loss for Life. What's 3010? The cost-effective, healthy, and proven way to lose weight and keep it off for life. Created by doctors, 3010 has multiple programs to choose from. You'll start burning fat, losing weight, and gaining energy and muscle in no time. They even have a body composition scale that's used by NASA, the Olympics, and Johns Hopkins. This weight loss program is based on current published science, and it works. So far, I've lost 10 pounds and I feel great. When you join 3010, 75% of your meals and snacks are covered. With over 900 whole food recipes like sweet and spicy ribs and chipotle lime steak fajitas, you will never feel deprived. In fact, these are recipes the whole family will enjoy. And once you've reached your ideal body composition, you can enjoy 3010's maintenance program free for life, which includes monthly body composition analysis. For your health, go in and visit the team at 3010. Call now, 855-YES-3010 and online at 3010weightlossforlife.com.
Octane Raceway in Scottsdale has cars that fly down their track at 45 miles per hour. They also have Velocity VR. This is the world's first virtual reality multiplayer gaming experience. Combine all that with Octane's full-service bar and grill, mini bowling, and more. Octane is the perfect indoor entertainment facility. Plus, you should take advantage of their Christmas in July special. Break with tradition.
All right, you have Tim in Mesa.
In July and save.
I shall
Just
go
visit
to Tim in Mesa.
OctaneRaceway.com or VelocityVR.com for more details.
Driving. Yeah, there was another guy that wanted to let you know that they should be called the Jihad Squad. Also, another person that basically, without mincing words, basically said F. McCain and his daughter. They should both leave Arizona.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Gotcha.
Flexible complementary maintenance that gives you. Well,
as your phone screener extraordinaire,
yes,
you have
are.
one call right now.
I appreciate that.
Build Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about getting flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
Are you an overthinker?
Is there a liner on this one?
The Rick Edelman Show right here every weekend. In 3
There's not.
Serving folks like you here at Edelman Financial Engines. We've met.
By the way, I got the problems figured out with the Facebook thing. The flag waving background was using too much CPU.
Stuff. You work and you make a lot of sacrifices to save.
I learned these things. I learned these things. Yeah.
If you make a mistake. Bad investment choices.
The colors look good, though.
Incorrect insurance coverage.
Yes.
It's enough to keep anyone awake at night. So here are 2 pieces of advice to help you.
I shared it on my page to make sure I could keep a gander on it and get some more people out there.
Jack says your producer is terrific.
You don't have to go it alone.
Well, tell Jack thank you.
Our experience and our expertise.
I'm doing my best.
So call us at Edelman Financial Engines. It's one decision you don't have to overthink. Call us at 888-PLAN-REC. That's 888-PLAN-REC. Or visit us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
I want local current events. I need
what's going on.
Global news.
Just say, Alexa, set my alarm to play 550 KFYI on iHeartRadio every weekday at 6 a.m.
Rob Carson filling in on the conservative circus. I think if I was going to use a metaphor for a circus in my life, it would be like it's tiny little clown car and all the little clowns getting out of my thoughts. Maybe not the best analogy. Anyway, glad to be here. I'm a talk show host, video and audio podcaster, and syndicated comedy writer. If you've ever listened to the Rush Limbaugh program, chances are you've heard some of the comedy I've written and voiced for Mr. Limbaugh. I'm not that other guy. There was another guy on there for a while, and he's not on there anymore. But I did a lot of comedy for Rush. So, by the way, we are broadcasting live on Facebook. You can see my lovely face on Facebook at Rob Carson Show. Facebook at Rob Carson Show. A lot of people are watching online. If you would check that out, I think you'll be impressed with the production value. You'll also see my politically incorrect swag line there. You can order some stuff, including a T-shirt that says Hillary in 20 never. Okay, so if you're just hanging out, and just check out Facebook at Rob Carson Show. All right. Oh, by the way, House Democrats forced a $15 minimum wage hike vote. But basically, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is refusing to bring it up. Do you know why? Because it's stupid. Think about this. The minimum wage. Minimum wage. What's the key word in minimum wage, everybody? Come on. What's the key word in minimum wage? The word minimum. It's the minimum that you can get. That's what the Democrat Party offers you, kids. Why is the Democrat Party asking for $15 an hour? Nobody else has said this. Nobody else in talk radio said this. I promise you. Why does the Democrat Party want $15 an hour? 3-4 years ago, it was $10.10. We want $10.10, $10.10, $10.10. Why $15 an hour? Why $15 an hour for a guy who's frying burgers at McDonald's? Why $15 an hour for any low-level employee who has zero life experience, and sorry, if you're 45 years old and you can only get minimum wage, it's your own fault. Because $15 is enough to pay union dues. It is. Your thoughts are welcome, but that's what I believe. The Democrat Party wants to give people just enough money that they can unionize and become Democrats and take all that money, all that union money, that sweet, sweet union money, and upset the balance of power in the country. Those are my thoughts. I know that Tim in Mesa has some thoughts, and he's been holding. Tim, welcome to News Talk 550 KFYI. Well, what are you thinking about this evening?
Personally, when it comes to the Democrats, as I was saying, I'm a 27-year-old white guy, so I fall under that Democratic standard branch of Trump's racism, apparently.
Yeah, you're a white supremacist. Hold on, wait. You are white privilege and probably a white supremacist. Are you wearing your hood right now?
I had to put it up because of work, but it is on a hanger. It's pressed and primed and everything.
There you go. Good. Yeah.
But no, it's the Democratic Party is so worried about what's going on with their own personal agendas and everything. They're kind of turning a blind eye to America's own issues, which is what Trump is throwing a spotlight on.
Yeah.
Whether it's they turn a blind eye to healthcare problems or veterans or our homeless population and how we should be combating that and fixing those ratios and bring those numbers down. But we're a country that hemorrhages so much money to go out to support other nations that, we're essentially a crutch for everybody else, and we can't support ourselves half the time.
Yeah.
Because we're supporting everybody else.
Tim, I got to tell you, let me ask you, do you consider yourself to be a millennial?
At 27, I guess I fall under that from the numbers that you were throwing out a little bit ago.
Yeah.
But I don't consider myself a millennial. I mean, I'm a veteran. I've gone out. I've served my country. I've worked dead-end jobs. I've gotten out of those dead-end jobs. I'm now in college to be a teacher.
Nice.
To provide better education and resources for the forthcoming generations.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't consider myself what the stereotype of a millennial would be. No.
I don't think you are. And you know what? I remember when I was in my 20s as a Gen Xer, we were considered slackers. And I never considered myself that. But I would say, don't you think, and I want to ask you honestly, as somebody who is part of the millennial generation, are you kind of embarrassed by the perception, at least, of the millennial generation as being a snowflake generation, as being everybody gets a trophy generation, as being throw a tantrum and you get your way? Are you kind of embarrassed by that at all?
I am completely, because, as somebody who's come from a family with people roughly around the same age and, outside of the millennial gap and those just outside of it, we were all hardworking. We were never given anything on a silver platter growing up, whether we threw a tantrum or not.
Yeah.
We always had to work for it. My parents made me work for all of my grades. If I didn't get, great grades in school, I was on the chopping block for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't just throw a hissy fit, get a C, and be okay. And my parents just patted me on the back and said, "Good job, Timmy. You're all right."
Hey, listen, buddy, I want to say thank you for your service. I really appreciate that, and thanks for the call tonight. Okay, bud?
Thank you for the support.
Yes, my brother. Okay, let's go to Mick in Mesa. Hello there, Mick. Welcome to News Talk 550 KFYI.
How you doing, Rob? I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in, if I can.
Please.
I'm a little bit older than most of the audience that you're addressing right now. I'm a baby boomer, so I go back a little bit to years. I'm in my 60s. And I've never seen this country more divided than I have right now. And that's even seeing the race riots in Selma. I've seen the hosing of the blacks, by the police. I've seen it pretty much all. But right now, what's going on right now? It's us against them, and it's never been this divided before. And I tell you the truth, I don't know where this country's going to be going in the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
If something isn't really done radically, and I don't think what Trump said was racist at all. I think it was just common sense. If you don't like this country, go ahead and leave. You want to come back? That's fine. I don't think what he said is anything is racist. And they're just pulling at the straws on the bottom just to get this man out of office, and he doesn't get elected again next year. So I don't know.
Hey, Mick, here's the thing. You've got a lot of people claiming racism, claiming victimhood, and all this stuff, and it's nothing like when you were growing up in this country. Although there are some in the country who want to drag us back to that, and that's for a variety of different reasons. They want to divide the country. They want to destroy the country. And as I mentioned earlier in the last hour, this all started with Barack Obama. This was the fundamental transformation of America. This was him lighting the the stream of gasoline from the building as a movie villain, and throwing the cigarette into it and walking away calmly as the country exploded. That's what we're experiencing, Mick. And I got to tell you, I think even this last week has made people go, shut up. So I know what you're saying, and a lot of people are saying, there's a civil war coming. I don't think so. I think that common sense and good always wins out over nonsense and evil. So I'm not giving up. Mick, go ahead. Your thoughts. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, I'm just going to say common sense will probably prevail, and there won't be any civil war. I don't think people will be taken to the streets. But it's this Cortez and these the Mod Squad, as you call them. I call them the Mod Squad, but the Generation X. The Generation X's here and the Millenniums, they're just, snowflakes if you look at them the wrong way. And why is it ever a disgrace to be loving for your country? You put one of those MAGA hats on or one of those yellow...
Go ahead and wrap him tease out.
The original Revolution flag, not the...
the Gaz... Well, there's the Gadsden flag and there's the Betsy Ross flag. Yeah, it's BS, man. And here's the deal. And Mick, I got to let you go. It's all about silencing the opposition. It's all about fascism. That's what I said it. It's all about fascism. And that's one of the tenets of fascism is shutting down the opposition. And they do that by crying racism, crying this and crying that. Your thoughts are welcome, guys. 602-260-5394. Much more coming. I mean, beyond what we're talking about now. Some really funny stuff for the final hour of the show. In the meantime, let's do Eastside, Westside traffic with Lee Powell and Carly Cooper. What's going on?
Well, we got some stop-and-go action showing up, Rob, here on the 60 eastbound, Superstition, Chrisman over to Signal Butte Road. Also on the far east side, a wreck left lane block crash.
Yeah, some good calls in there.
Superstition at Meridian. Eastbound 10, still some slowing, little space there. Sky Harbor over to the 17, very slow. Closure, broken water line, repair work, westbound Chase shut down at Tatum. Cactus would be your best bet as an alternate, but you can expect traffic to be very heavy on Cactus trying to get around that mess.
For those guys, for those of you guys who are watching on Facebook, please share.
Carly Cooper covering the west side.
Well, hey there, Lee. 10 westbound from 7th Avenue to 75th
Good
Avenue.
to be back on the
still
radio.
Running very slow. Lots of construction in the area, slowing up rush hour. Tapping the brakes on the 17 northbound from Thomas to Dunlap. More delays on the 51 northbound between
repair work westbound.
Still a crash off to the shoulder on the 17 northbound at 7th Street. And Central has a crash just north of Thomas. I'm Kylie Cooper. Next traffic, 6 o'clock, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Express.
5.5 minutes.
Express Employment Professionals is thanking workers in a big way. This August, Express is awarding $1,000 cash prizes weekly and a chance to win a $10,000 vacation. Register on the Express Jobs app or expresspros.com. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express.
Cutting through the false media narrative. Bill O'Reilly. Real news. No spin. The O'Reilly Update. Tomorrow morning at 9:50 on 550 KFYI on FM at 95.5 HD2.
Securities and advisory services offered through Client One Securities LLC, a member of FINRA and SIPC, and an investment advisor. Grand Canyon Planning Associates LLC and Client One Securities LLC are not affiliated.
We make a lot of money,
but we haven't saved like we should have.
We're not good at budgeting or investing.
I know, and I'm concerned we won't have enough to retire.
Hi, John Dombrowski here. Unfortunately, all too often, many people feel they just haven't saved enough for their retirement. What I found is that with just a little planning and consistent monitoring of that plan, you may just surprise yourself and find you're not as far behind as you thought. So, first step, don't procrastinate any longer and create your budget. Now, let's see how much you can start to save monthly and yearly. Next, let's develop the right investment strategy for you. And finally, let's monitor each step of the way and get you on a solid track to that successful retirement you've imagined. Call me at 480-991-1055. That's 480-991-1055 for a complimentary financial consultation. Visit the web at GrandCanyonPlanning.com. I'm John Dombrowski, and remember,
don't run out of money before you run out of time.
Securities and advisory services offered through Client One Securities LLC, a member of FINRA and SIPC, and an investment advisor. Grand Canyon Planning and Client One Securities LLC are not affiliated.
Hi, Solar Sandy here. Have you looked at your bill from APS or SRP recently and thought to yourself, when will these rate hikes ever stop? Over the next 20 years, average home in Arizona will spend $80,000 to $100,000 on their power costs. Hi, this is Solar Sandy, and it's my mission to help people, PYOP, produce your own power and pay less for it. PYOP will not only save thousands of dollars, but have helped very many families live more comfortably and more affordably in their own homes. Listen to my show on KFYI Saturdays at 4 p.m.
All right,
as
I might bump
discuss
back a little
strategies
sound.
I used PYOP. as it all started when I
Okay.
couldn't help my
You will have a liner coming back.
I did my research and I created
And you're going to be out at 57.
Let's see how much
Very
money
good.
I can help you save too. Go to my website.
Do you want me to just pick you out a time in the next hour to do those Globetrotter tickets?
See how much money.
Sure,
I
yeah,
can
I'll
put
just
back in your
say,
pocket.
yeah, I'll
Take
just-
your power back.
Do you need verbiage on it, or
I've got it right here, dude.
I thought I actually gave you verbiage on it. Do you need me to send it to you?
Yeah, it's we got 2 tickets to see the Harlem Globetrotters on Saturday, August 24th at Talking Stick Resort Arena.
world is changing.
Yeah, and then just do caller number, whichever caller you want, and then I'll have a winner. And we'll be good to go.
4,785. I think we'll do 4,785. Yeah.
Blended. Views Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Views.
You have no calls at the moment, so you are all in the clear right now.
All right.
It's so hot, I purchased a loaf of
I didn't
bread,
really
and
ask a
when I got
question
home,
today. I mean, you know, do you normally just ask a question?
Parker and Son.
So when we do take calls, because we don't normally have open forum calls, but when we do, they are more on the specific side. But I think what I've done is when you've given out the number, I've just gone off of what you had been talking about, and then I just take that and garner it into your phone calls. So.
I've never been crazy about just asking a question. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. It's just a matter of, you know, if you want specific stuff to talk about, or if it's just more broad, you're going to get different types of callers. That's all.
Reports and what will come next on ABC's World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast.
This is David Mueller, and we'll see you tonight at 5:30 on ABC 15.
Smart home technology makes everyday life easier. And now, we're making it easy to afford for everyone. Introducing the new Smart Home Collection, only from Budget Blinds. We make it easy and affordable because now we can motorize the beautiful shades or blinds you already own to work with a remote. And they'll be cordless too, a big safety necessity for kids and pets. Our Budget Blinds Smart Home Collection also features so many more choices. Top names including Sonos, the ultimate whole home wireless sound system. The best part? At Budget Blinds, we do it all for you. Design, install, and program it all. That's style and service for everyone at every budget. Get your free smart home consultation. Go online to budgetblinds.com or call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS. Make everyday life just a little bit easier. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. At participating independently owned and operated franchises only. Ask for details.
11-year-old air conditioners break down on the hottest day. That's when they're under the heaviest load. GOETTL.com.
Mostly clear skies tonight with lows in the mid-80s. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 110. I'm Craig Martin, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Express Employment Professionals is thanking workers in a big way. This August, Express is awarding $1,000 cash prizes weekly and a chance to win a $10,000 vacation. Register on the Express Jobs app or ExpressPros.com. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express.
Bill O'Reilly is back tomorrow morning at 9:50 on 550 KFYI and on FM at 95.5 HD2.
The Democrat agenda is anti-worker, anti-jobs, anti-citizen, anti-family, and anti-common sense.
And it is. It is. I mean, what is the Democrat Party for right now? What are they going to do to make the country better at this point? Honestly. So this is what the Democrat Party resorts to. They yell racism. They caterwaul. That's what's going on right now. Hello, I'm Rob Carson, filling in on the conservative circus. Glad to be a part of one of the 3 rings of the circus, I guess, for the next hour and 9 minutes. Next hour, we're going to have some fun. The city council in Berkeley has passed a resolution, an ordinance banning words. I've got 3 stories about banning words you're going to love. You are going to love. And did you ever see the movie Demolition Man? Anybody seen that movie? I remember when I saw that movie, and it's a great flick. It's got Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Bullock, and it's about the future of the country. And Sylvester Stallone had been frozen in ice because he was charged with a crime that he didn't commit, and he was frozen. And you're sentenced to being frozen in ice, and then you wake up and your family's dead, and that's your punishment, right? And he wakes up in the future, and it is so Berkeley. It's so Berkeley. So we're gonna share the absurdity of that coming up, because that's another way that the left silences the opposition. They call you racist, and then they take words away. They ban words, among other things. By the way, if you want to watch the show, it is on Facebook at Rob Carson Show. Facebook on Rob Carson Show. The president said a lot of things yesterday that made a lot of sense. And because they do make sense, and the left doesn't have a response to them, they just hurl eggs. They hurl rotted vegetables at the person on the stage. And that is calling the president a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, a white supremacist, a Nazi. It's just honestly, what's next? What's next? How do you do better than Nazi? Honestly, I mean, what's worse than Nazi? I don't know. To me, it would be vegan. I don't know. I'm kidding, vegans. Sit down. If you stand up too quickly, you'll pass out. Donald Trump said basically, if you don't like the country, leave. Democrat Party is saying that's like saying somebody go back to Africa. And listen, I'm sure and we'd heard earlier from a gentleman who listened to the show. He's a Hispanic origin person, and he's heard from people go back to your country. That's ugly. Is that a metaphor for the country? No, it's a metaphor for a bunch of idiots, and they're still out there. Racism does exist, and it doesn't just come from white people. Third of Democrats say it's racism if white politicians criticize the political views of politicians of color. This is so, and that's what's going on with the squad. What somebody said the what they call it earlier. Anyway, they had another name for it. I can't remember what it was. Poll says 47% of all U.S. likely voters believe President Trump is a racist, a decrease from a previous poll. So that's gone down. He's only 47% of Americans think that he's a racist, which is absurd. And again, I'll say what I said earlier. He's the worst racist ever. It's like Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil sitting there in his lair, and he can't figure out why black people are at the lowest unemployment rate in the history. It's got to be very confounding. He's got to be he really has to be like an inept supervillain like Dr. Evil. He's like, black unemployment is the lowest rate ever. What am I doing wrong? So stupid. Basically, a third of Democrats, 32%, believe it's racism if white politicians criticize the political views of politicians of color. That is just
2 minutes.
That is just spectacular. 16% of both Republican and unaffiliated voters shared that view. Among all voters, the poll said 22% believe it's racist if a white politician criticizes the political views of a politician of color. The outlet noted, while 68% disagree and 10% are undecided. So this is where we are in the country. You cannot criticize someone. They can say the most outrageous and stupid things, which we heard from the squad, the jihad squad, somebody call them. No, they're not the jihad squad. But this is where we are in the country. You can't criticize because they're girls and they're of color. What honestly, what happened since 1967 and now, 52 years later? What happened in this country that we've evolved and we've evolved and we've evolved and we've evolved that suddenly this is happening?
1 minute.
It's because it's propaganda. It's because of slavish media sides with one side of the equation, and people play victim, and everybody's a racist. And the only way you can defeat a winning ideology is to call them names and call them racist, et cetera, et cetera. That's what's happening. And the more that Donald Trump wins, the louder the call is going to get. That's just the way it is. Okay, so next hour, we're going to have some fun. If you get a chance to check out the movie Demolition Man, please do, because that's what the country is becoming. In Berkeley, the speech police. In our nation's capital, the speech police. On campus, the speech police. Words being banned, thoughts being banned, all of that, and your thoughts on the way. Here is the 550 KFYI download with Craig Martin. Back in a few.
What is shiplap?
You're clear.
Well, they used to make ships with it, and now it's the perfect accent for today's home. It's Melissa Sharp. Take a look on my Facebook page and get 50% off everything now at theshiplapstore.com and in a Stone Creek furniture store near you.
Raintree Auto Body is your full-service collision repair company that's family-owned and operated since 1972 and offers the finest in quality service and ethical standards.
Right.
By law, it's your choice where you get your vehicle repaired. Raintree Auto Body, fixing fine automobiles since 1972.
To discover the strategies you need to know about to have a happy and comfortable retirement, join Stephanie Fullerton for the Fullerton Financial Hour, Sunday afternoons at 1. If you're retiring, retired, or just hoping to retire one day, start your journey with Stephanie Fullerton and the Fullerton Financial Hour every Sunday at 1.
From the Renters Warehouse Studios, this is News Talk 550 KFYI, Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station.
The cellar fire burning south of Prescott is forcing evacuations. From the 550 KFYI newsroom, I'm Craig Martin. The Yavapai County Sheriff's Office issued a mandatory evacuation
back in 1 second.
for the community of Pine Flats. Fire Information Officer Gabrielle Kenton says a lot of personnel and equipment are now assigned to the almost 6,500-acre wildfire.
7 air tankers, 4 helicopters, 7 hotshot crews, 6 Type 2 initial attack crews.
Prescott is forcing evacuation.
And there are more resources arriving.
Now, the evacuation order affects about 100 people. No homes are currently threatened. The fire is 0% containment. The acting Homeland Security Secretary is defending the treatment of families at migrant detention centers. Testifying in a House hearing today, Kevin McAleenan told lawmakers the U.S. is facing an unprecedented crisis at the border. He said the numbers of migrants trying to enter the U.S. have been staggering and has led to the humanitarian crisis. A disabled veteran whose mobile home was seized over back taxes paid a portion of the bill 7 days before his home was sold at auction. Maricopa County Deputy Chief Henry Brandemarde said they wouldn't have put the home up for auction if they knew a payment had been made.
We're not heartless. We don't want to put people out on the street. We understand sometimes a partial payment's the best people can do. The issue here is that there was no documentation on the treasurer's side that indicated that some kind of payment was made.
The Maricopa County Treasurer said the payment was legally processed and the outstanding debt was paid on June 13th. Now it's up to Maricopa County Attorney Bill Montgomery to decide if the auction should be reversed. The question everyone is asking, where the heck is the monsoon, could be answered soon. Monsoon storms are predicted to move into the valley early next week. Kathleen Mascarenas of Salt River Project says make sure you have a storm safety kit with flashlights, water, and any extra medications a family may need.
We also recommend folks have a fresh supply of batteries for all the equipment that they might need, making sure that your portable chargers are charged up to the fullest as well, because we rely on our phones nowadays to survive.
And she also suggests the use of surge protectors to keep valuable electronic equipment safe. Taking a look at your money, the Dow gained 3 points to close at 27,223. 550 KFYI News Time, 6 o'clock, with a check of Eastside, Westside traffic. Here's Lee Powell and Carly Cooper.
Yeah, if you're heading on the 60 eastbound heading home or out in that direction for some reason, you've got a big backup starting to build here to crash. Eastbound 60 at Meridian, that's blocking the left lane. Delays starting to build behind that. That's eastbound Superstition Freeway at Meridian. Also on the east side, Chandler area, there's a wreck on McQueen and Queen Creek Road. And a broken water main, ongoing closure. Westbound Shea Boulevard shut down at Tatum Boulevard. Carly Cooper, what's going on the west side?
Hey, Lee, well, still no relief.
Let's do Globetrotters about 6:30 coming back in.
Okay, buddy.
Back to 91st Avenue.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Delays on the
I am hearing a little bit of talk about that story of the veteran being kicked out of his mobile home. I may mention something here
but looks like
before the end of the show.
Central has a crash north of Thomas and another wreck Broadway at Central. I'm Carly Cooper. Next traffic, 6:15, 550 KFYI.
This report is...
Yeah, I think the only thing I mentioned to you was that I thought it was an older story with an update, but if you think, I mean...
I might mention it. I've got some thoughts. I've got some thoughts on it that I think are good.
Discover it miles. Limitations apply.
Let me put it to you this way. If you have a good take on it and you think it's going to be good radio, I'm absolutely 100% for you doing it.
Thank you, my brother.
From the Weather Center, here's
1 hour to go. You've been great. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm sorry about the issues with the...
For Friday...
Just kind of threw me off.
Happens, man. It's not out of anybody's real control. So
I hope you are enjoying the show. That's the most important
thing.
And
for Saturday,
yeah, it's been great.
With a high of 108.
Currently, it's 106 in Phoenix.
God damn, 106. Holy shit.
Dude, it's been like 120.
I know. Stupid.
And on FM at 95.5 HD2.
You're lying.
Hello, guys. It's Rob Carson filling in on the Conservative Circus. Rob Carson is my name, and I'm a talk show host, video and audio podcaster, and also a nationally syndicated comedy writer. If you've ever listened to Rush, I've written a lot of comedy for Rush. So there you go. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
You're live.
Okay, so this hour we're going to get into just the absurdity of the word police. As I mentioned there, I was supposed to be teasing what's coming up. I ended up teasing myself. Like I said, I'm a talk show host and comedy writer. I want to get into a couple of stories. There's a local story about a veteran who was booted from his house because he didn't pay his property taxes. And I don't understand how the government can confiscate somebody's home and auction it for $200. I don't understand it. Jim Berner's home. I want to get into that before the end of the show. All right. Also, there's some really absurd stuff out there. I like to shake things up a little bit beyond just politics. I like to kind of, make you laugh and maybe drop in some other things. Did you realize that dropping the F-bomb increases pain tolerance by a third? Did you know that? So if you, and by God, I've been there before, you hit your finger with a hammer and you told yourself, even though you have small children in the house, you're not going to curse, and you do it. Oh, it feels so good. Are you going to take part in the Area 51 raid? Get into that, among other things. I wanted to talk about this story because this has been going on a long time in the country. If you've ever seen the movie Demolition Man, it's a great movie from the 90s. It had Wesley Snipes, this evil villain from the future who is politically incorrect. He's also a murderous and awful person. And Sly Stallone, politically incorrect, man's man, convicted of a crime that he didn't commit and put into cryo-frozen whatever, and he wakes up in the future, and it's this future that our country is becoming. If you haven't seen the movie, they have these little ticket dispensaries. So if you say something that is offensive, like a curse word, you are immediately given a ticket. You have credits taken away. And Sly Stallone is, well, okay, then BS, and then F, and then whatever. And he keeps spitting out these tickets. And I'm thinking, I'm watching this movie, and I'm thinking, this is, as I watched it in my 20s, I'm like, oh, this is absurd. But that's where we are. Words are, and what we're talking about, absurdity. Words are weapons. Words are triggering. Some words are absolutely unacceptable because they're sexist or whatever. Another part of the movie is that there's this, in the movie, what's his name? The comedian, Dennis. Anyway, he's been driven underground for his political views because he doesn't agree with the leaders of the country. And so he's driven underground and forced into silence. That's going on in America's campuses, and it's going on in the country in general. Okay? Another thing, the hashtag Me Too movement, that's reflected in this because men and women are not allowed to have sex anymore, and they've got to ask permission and sign a contract. This movie is so great. And I'm gonna relate it to this story come out of Berkeley, and it's just the reason why I bring it up. It is so absurd, but at the same time so frightening that it's happening. Your thoughts are welcome at 602-260-5394. So Berkeley has, and this is just Berkeley. Dear God, I think even the people of Berkeley, there are people in Berkeley are going, are you out of your mind? Changes in the municipal code in the city of Berkeley, which who the hell would live there? Honestly, who would live there? Unless you want to have absolutely everything in your life, including your words, censored. It is, I guess the word is dystopian. KTVU did a story on the Berkeley City Council code, and I just want you to say, if you are drinking a viscous beverage of some type, I would stop drinking it. It will come out your nose. You will do a spit take. It will go all over the place. I just want you to be prepared for this.
Telling example, what Berkeley's new ordinance will do is the renaming of manholes in its municipal code.
Okay, they're going to rename manholes.
It's a steel cover. It's a steel cover on the ground that's covering a hole that goes through the sewer.
But starting next month, it will be called a maintenance hole.
Okay, so you can't have a manhole called a manhole. It's got to be a maintenance hole.
Eliminating the gender-specific term man.
Are they going to change a-hole?
They come up with these cockamamie things all the time.
It's an insult to donkeys.
Referring to is the Berkeley City Council, which passed the ordinance unanimously Tuesday.
Language has power.
It doesn't have power. You're just walking over a manhole.
Words that we use are important.
23-year-old Rigel
23-year-old. That explains it.
Robinson is the city council member who introduced the ordinance. He's the youngest person ever elected to the office.
It's not only timely, but necessary to make sure that our laws really speak for everyone.
Okay, so a manhole has got to be what do they call it, a cover? This is just choice. So, City of Berkeley is now saying that not only, because now the big movement in this country is you can't call somebody a he or a she, right? It's got to be a z or they or whatever the hell. And by the way, this gets even better. So it's got to be a maintenance hole. So the anti-man masculinity movement has come full circle, and now you can't call a manhole a manhole. It's got to be a maintenance cover. Because everybody who's walked over a manhole has said, oh my God, what a tool of oppression this manhole is. It's so funny. You know, I'm going to tell you, you would think that the left in this country would be thrilled that a manhole would be called a manhole, because what does a manhole do? A manhole covers sewage. So man essentially is close to feces. You would think that the left would be thrilled that a manhole is associated with raw sewage, and therefore male masculinity would be the same. But no, that's not enough. Other things that they're getting rid of. A bondsman will become a bond person. A bonds person. What happens when people start to identify as cross species? Because that's happening too. You can't be a bond person if you identify as a squirrel. And listen, that's not that far off. Trust me. The list goes on and on with this municipal code. This is so just glorious. Craftsmen are artisans. Stop it. Manpower will now be called human effort. And a pregnant woman is now a pregnant employee. Okay, so you can be a man and pregnant. This is just glorious. I wonder how far they're going to go with this. So, for instance, I would assuming the next thing is you can't say nephew or a niece, right? You can't say a nephew or a niece, because a niece is a female and a nephew is a male. So I would assume that nephew or niece will be considered the offspring of a sibling. If you would like to chime in on things that are clearly sexist that we need to change, I'd love to hear your thoughts at 602-260-5394. I would assume if you go into the fertility clinic as a, are you a guy? Well, if you have, what were traditionally man parts, you know, the whole, Franks and beans, for like, So if you are going to make a donation, I would assume it can no longer be called semen. It's going to have to be called like see they or something. Well, right? Or seeds I don't even know. I'm confused. But I'd love to know your thoughts on, honestly, there's got to be a million things that are very offensive. What would you do to change them? Obviously, nephew and niece have to go away. Grandmother and grandfather have to go away. Mother and father have to go away. Right? Don't they? If manhole has to become a maintenance hole. You can't call it a woman hole. Anyway, bondsman will become a bond person. Craftsman will become a craft. What about a mantle? Like above your fireplace. Will that have to become a person toll? Honestly. And listen, I don't think this is absurd. I don't think this is absurd. Oh, but it gets even more so. Because fraternities and sororities in Berkeley, they have to change as well. Listen to this.
Another change will be fraternities and sororities will now be referred to as collegiate Greek system residences.
That's certainly economy of expression. What? Hold on. So instead of fraternities and sororities, hold on.
Another change will be fraternities and sororities will now be referred to as collegiate Greek system residences.
Okay, do you really think that the members of these organizations are going to refer to Alpha Chi Omega and Zeta Beta Theta or I Kappa Kappa as this?
Will be fraternities and sororities will now be referred to as collegiate Greek system residences.
Do you really think that frat members and sorority members are going to go for that? Seriously. Unbelievable.
I think they've gone too far. Like, the reason why they're gender separated is because they actually are gender separated.
Oh, no, that guy has to be kicked off campus. All right, your thoughts on what things that should be changed because they are terribly offensive. 602-260-5394. All right, time for Eastside, Westside traffic with Lee Bowell and Carly Cooper. What's going on?
Well, we got some traffic problems still going on out there right now. Rob Carson.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I wanted to give you a heads up. The next time you throw to traffic will be at 44. It will just be Lee Powell.
Okay, buddy.
And he'll be doing East Side and West Side.
Far East Valley.
Okay, great.
McQueen crash.
Just giving you a heads up.
Oh, yeah. Did that sound okay?
Broken water.
Yes.
I think it's pretty funny. I don't know, whatever.
Closed.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to stack calls for you here in a
I
second.
want people to just have fun with this and say, what's got to change? I just want to lighten it up today.
Continue their journey.
I'll be right back.
So you've got heavy traffic also on Cactus as your alternate. Right now, we've got Carly Cooper on the west side with info.
Hey, Lee. Now I've got the accidents on the west side. Out in West Phoenix, we have an exit ramp blocked for a crash on the 101 northbound at Indian School. Fire trucks responding. Right lane's blocked for a collision on the 17 northbound at 16th Street. I'd stay left to get around that. 43rd Avenue has a crash at Cactus. Another wreck on Broadway at Central, and Central has a wreck north of Thomas. I'm Carly Cooper. Next traffic, 6:30, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Go further than ever with the Discover It Miles card. They automatically match the miles you earn at the end of your first year. So your 35,000 miles could become 70,000. Discover It Miles. Limitations apply. Discover match for new card members only. Learn more at discover.com/travel.
Tomorrow at 1.
I am deeply hurt. I am so offended.
All aboard!
It's so offensive to me.
The Outrage Train. Who wants to be offended next? Sean Hannity, 550 KFYI on FM at 95.5 HD2.
Tombstone Tactical is all about your right to bear arms, and they want to make sure that you can exercise your Second Amendment rights with the very best quality firearms and ammunition. Now, I recently called Brian, that's the owner, and I told him that I wanted the new SIG 365 XL. A few minutes later, I got the email that the order had been placed and that I'd be notified upon my SIG's arrival. Easy peasy. Tombstone Tactical is family owned with an extensive inventory of quality firearms. If they don't have it, they'll get it for you. This month, Tombstone Tactical has a ton of S&B 9mm ammo for just $8.50 a box, which can't be beat in the Valley. And they have the S&W Sport 2 AR-15 for just $489. Tombstone Tactical. Don't forget, you can shoot now and pay later with Tombstone's 90-day interest-free financing with up to a year to pay off your purchases. Tombstone Tactical takes care of every customer. Tombstone Tactical, right off the I-17 at Metro Center between
Fraternities
Dunlap
are
and
male,
Peoria.
sororities are female.
Sounds like they want to include everybody, including trans and the entire LGBTQ community that gets left out.
Another change will be fraternities and sororities will now be
over 20
referred.
years in the business, A+
I'm going to bump back with sound on this.
If you can't go to them, they will go to you. That's just the way they are. Now, the Living Trust, not only is it the most important document you're going to add to your portfolio, it's going to keep everything you have protected. No judges are going to make any decisions. It's all your decisions, but it's the privacy aspect. You don't want other people knowing your business. If your estate goes into probate, it can and will become very, very public. Keep your business your business. They are now offering 50% off the Living Family Trust. Do yourself a favor. Contact RJP Estate Planning right now. 480-346-3570. 480-346-3570 or rjpestateplanning.com.
Hi, Solar Sandy here. Are you tired of high power?
All right, you got 3 calls lined up.
Lovely, all right.
Help you save thousands off your power.
It's Marty in Apache Junction, Jordan in Phoenix, and Sarah from Mesa.
All right, buddy.
SolarSandy.com. That's
I hope someday to come and actually do a live show in the studio.
Mutual Insurance presents.
Oh, yeah?
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
One handsome man.
When you were doing all your fill-in work, were you just doing it from the place where you're at now?
Yeah, I do LS in Chicago and BAP in Dallas and all that.
What you need.
But I would like to have a
were you
full-time
filling
gig.
in between Chris Merrill and James T?
Liberty Mutual's new spokesperson.
On KFYI.
Yeah.
At Liberty Mutual.
Because there was that buffer between when Merrill left and when James T arrived. I just didn't know if that was
I
the
did
time
that.
you were
I
filling
did
in
that.
those.
I did that. How's the conservative circus working? I don't know. I was in the running and they decided on that guy.
And you could win.
Oh, it's been great. James and I have worked together. He and I worked together in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
So he and I have worked together for almost 10 years.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy wild ride experience and just getting the job here, and we love it. So
Good. You could win $5,000 a week.
Yeah, the second day I was here was Parkland.
Oh God,
that was not a fun second day of work here.
Carol Rice, who's absolutely on fire and killing it right now.
But no, it's been great.
I
love it.
It's your primary goal, right? Well, let me share a great story. Carol recently sold a home for 104% of asking.
I'm going to bump back with audio. Is there a liner?
And Carol Royce with Keller Williams Realty.
Just checking that right now.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
Okay, thank you.
For authorized seller in less than 2 days. Yes, 104% of asking price in less than 2 days. No need to lose a bunch of money selling your home by taking shortcuts and selecting just any agent.
Can't believe it's almost 6:30. The show's almost over.
I know, dude.
This show flies.
Well, I wish we didn't have the technical difficulties. I would have been better, but you know.
Well, I mean, again, stuff happens. I mean, like I said, there wasn't really any real control over it. So.
And every time.
James and I used to do a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
And we came up here and we've done 3 hours. We're like, we're never going back to 4 hours.
I know, brother. I've been there.
CarolHasTheBuyers.com. That's CarolHasTheBuyers.com.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Saturdays at 5 p.m. on KFYI. Learn how you can earn a full-time income as a short-term trader. That's the Trading Group Show, Saturdays at 5. Our question line is 888-646-8787.
Contractor license 282-081, 282-082. The Sunny Plumber is now Gettle Plumbing, GOETTL.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
Mostly clear skies tonight with lows in the mid-80s. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 110. I'm Craig Martin, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Go further than ever with the Discover It Miles card. They automatically match the miles you earn at the end of your first year. So your 35,000 miles could become 70,000. Discover It Miles. Limitations apply. Discover match for new card members only. Learn more at discover.com/travel.
It's Thursday, July 18th. Here are the new podcasts today on the iHeartRadio app. Have you checked out Life Will Be the Death of Me with Chelsea Handler yet? Today's a great day to listen to the latest episode. Be sure to check out our other brand new podcast, Outcast, a weekly magazine-style hybrid podcast exploring queer and queer-adjacent topics. These podcasts and thousands more are new and waiting for you today inside the iHeartRadio app. America's #1 for podcasts.
You take me places that tear up my reputation. Rush is still the best. Listen tomorrow morning starting at 10 on 550 KFYI and on FM at 95.5 HD2.
Another change will be fraternities and sororities will now be referred to as collegiate Greek system residences.
I think they've gone too far. Like, the reason why they're gender separate.
Let's go to our collegiate Greek residence party. This is so stupid. Hi, I'm Rob Carson. I'm filling in for the Conservative Circus today. It's an honor and a privilege. I thought we'd take a break from everybody calling Trump a racist and the squad, and talk a little bit about the absurdity of Words becoming weapons. The latest is in Berkeley, the city council has said that manhole has to be called a maintenance hole. I don't make this up. This is just so glorious. This is so glorious. Manpower will now be called human effort, and pregnant woman is now a pregnant employee. So you can't be pregnant and a woman anymore, even though you have to be a woman to be pregnant. Yeah. Here's another piece from that KTVU television, Berkeley, California, about the new ordinance banning sexist words.
The existing Berkeley Municipal Code uses mostly male pronouns, such as he.
Yeah.
But the new code will switch from he and she to they when referring to
They is plural, actually. But
individuals. And words such as manpower will now be either human effort or workforce.
By all means, men can be in power, but that doesn't sound inclusive to women.
To go non-gender is a typical Berkeley kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's why, thank God, Berkeley is Berkeley. They should really just wall the city off. Just wall it off like Escape from New York. Remember that movie? That's what they ought to do with Berkeley. Seriously. Let's go to Marty in Apache. Hello there, Apache Junction. Marty, welcome to News Talk 550 KFYI. Rob Carson filling in. Your thoughts?
Hi, Rob. I was thinking there might be some positives that could come from this.
Yes.
For instance, maybe, just maybe, they will no longer be able to refer to black conservatives as Uncle Toms.
Uncle Toms. Yeah, because Tom is kind of a male name, right?
Right, yeah, and Uncle.
Oh, you can't be Uncle. What would it be?
Yeah, you can't. Well, I'm sure I can think of some other names they're going to try to use to replace that are probably inappropriate.
Well, no, you'd be, hold on a second. Uncle Tom would suddenly become the parent of a parent's, I don't even know. Thanks for the call. Let's go to Jordan in Phoenix. Hello there, Jordan. Welcome to News Talk 550 KFYI.
Hey, bud. Love the show.
Thanks.
I just kind of, I think of course, which thank God, pray to hope that, if the Democrats somehow win this election and they want to do the health care for all illegal immigrants, well, then I'm going to identify myself as an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, man.
Get free health care. Why not? Let's all identify as legal aliens.
There could be some real benefits for that, man. I appreciate the phone call. All right, so instead of an Uncle Tom, you'd be a sibling's child's Tom. That would be it. This is so stupid. Dear Lord in heaven. Let's go to Sarah in Mesa. Hello there, Sarah, and welcome to News Talk 550 KFYI.
Hey, Rob, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I was just kind of laughing because what happens to people whose last names that are based traditionally on a male version?
Yes.
Thompson, Stevenson, Richardson, Jackson. I mean, my last name is Thompson, so all of a sudden am I just going to be Sarah Tom?
Well, yeah, seriously.
Are we taking this a little bit too far?
Now, Sarah, you knew, and I just found out the other day. I just found out that the S-O-N on the end of it is son of, like Anderson is the son of Ander. So you are the son of Tom. Wait a minute. Are you an Uncle Tom? Is Uncle Tom your dad?
No. He's the sibling of my second parent. Sure, don't be silly.
Okay, I'm getting a headache now. Thanks for the call. I do appreciate it. This is just, I swear to God. Here's, oh boy. I'm getting a brain cramp. I need to massage the right side of my head here. I've said for many years that common sense is no longer common. Okay? Common sense. And I mean, I literally for 20 plus years been saying that common sense is no longer common. But maybe we've reached a point of critical stupidity in this country where we can look at things like this and things have just been pushed a little bit further and a little bit further. And finally we're like, shut up. Okay? Everybody's a racist. Everybody's a sexist. Now suddenly everybody is a white supremacist. Everybody's a Nazi. Shut up. Okay? Let's all just grow the hell up. And if you don't want to grow the hell up, then shut the hell up. Copyright Rob Carson, 2020. Your thoughts again on things that might be offensive that we should change. 602-260-5394. Anything with man. I remember years ago, I was in a small market, Columbia, Missouri, doing radio. And there was a college called Stevenson College. It was a all women's college originally, and they decided to change the word woman from woman to men, YN, because they didn't want men and women. And I was like, wow, okay, sure. Colorado State University is an inclusive language guide. We're going to get into that here in just a few. And then also a Democrat congressman. This is going national, okay? More offensive words on the way. You can't say the word illegal or illegal aliens, so we'll get into that. And then I want to get into a local story as well. This veteran being booted from his home for not paying $200 in property taxes. They just sold his house. And the absolutely inflexibility of government and the lack of reason altogether with regard to government. Because this story, honestly, the government can make mistakes left and right. People can die because the government made a mistake. Oh, sorry, we were supposed to pull the plug on the execution. Son of a gun, it didn't happen. But as far as you and me, you and I can't make a mistake. If it comes to our taxes, if it comes to your property taxes, if it comes to whatever, you and I can't make a mistake, because if that's the case, then the whatever is going to hit the fan. The stuff that the manhole cover used to cover. It's the fan. So we'll get into that. And again, your thoughts on what do we need to change, honestly, because everything's offensive. What do we need to change? Words that we need to change? I'd love to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, here is the 550 KFYI download with Craig Martin.
U.S. officials say a Navy warship downed an Iranian drone in the Strait of Hormuz at the...
Go ahead and get those Globetrotter ticket verbiage
I'm gonna do it.
set to go. We'll do that this segment.
I'll do it.
And also, again, when you throw it to traffic at 44, it'll just be Lee Powell.
Gotcha.
And then at the end of the show, you don't have to tease
tomorrow
Craig or News or anybody. You can just wrap the show. So
okay, my brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you can give me the 30 seconds of music at the top of the hour.
The Senate will consider a bill.
Choose one you can choose one of the glorious music beds I sent you.
House. The legislation would
yes, I've been using a couple of different ones. So
I'm a rock dude.
By 2025, it stands.
I'm kind of a rock dude.
Chance of passing though the Republican controlled.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all for whatever sounds good, but yes, I'm a total rock dude myself. So.
All right.
Fund. Republican Senators Mike Lee and Rand Paul both stalled the bill authorizing funding for victims of the 9/11 attacks because of concerns about the expense.
Scott has joined me on Facebook. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, man. Carol and Marty, of course, as well. I hope you've enjoyed the show here on KFYI. Got a couple of bumps with some technical stuff,
by Alex Acosta.
But it's been a good show.
550 KFYI covers the valley with Eastside, Westside traffic. Here's Lee Powell and Carly Cooper.
Yeah, big relief here on the east side for the most part. Now, we do have some delays continuing, though, on the eastbound Superstition Freeway. There's a crash eastbound 60 at Meridian. That has the left lane blocked off, so if you're heading that way, that's why things are backed up so bad. McQueen, there's a crash at Queen Creek Road, and we've got that closure ongoing Phoenix-Scottsdale area. Westbound Chase shut down at Tatum Boulevard. There's a broken water main, ongoing repair work there. Carly, how's it doing on the west side?
Well, the west side has picked up all of a sudden, Lee. No relief over here. 17 northbound at 16th Street has the right lane blocked for a collision. Another wreck, Thomas, east of 91st Avenue. 2 crashes on 43rd Avenue, one at Dunlap and the other at Cactus. Southern has a wreck west of 35th Avenue and police on scene. Indian School west of 19th Avenue. I'm Carly Cooper. Next traffic, 645, 550, KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Roughly 4.5 minutes.
Go further than ever with the Discover It Miles card. They automatically match the miles you earn at the end of your first year. So your 35,000 miles could become 70,000. Discover It Miles. Limitations apply. Discover match for new card members only. Learn more at discover.com/travel.
It keeps getting bigger.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival
Just added to the lineup. Backstreet Boys. More than 30 superstar acts converge on Las Vegas.
Camila Cabello,
Miley Cyrus,
Chance the Rapper,
Juice WRLD,
French Montana,
Maren Morris,
Zach Brown,
Old Dominion,
Brett Young, Tim McGraw,
Billie Eilish,
Come on for the Suns, Cage the Elephant,
Hootie and the Blowfish, Alicia Keys,
We Are Here,
Heart, Def Leppard, The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Get tickets now. iHeartRadio.com/tickets.
Having a garage door emergency is bad news. You're either stuck in or you're stuck out. Both are bad, and you want a reliable company. Authentic Garage Doors, 20 years experience in the business, the best warranty in the business, A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, not a better company in the business. Quality product, and they make sure it's done right with the best warranty around. ArizonaGarageDoors.com. That's ArizonaGarageDoors.com or 602-516-1098. 602-516-1098.
I'm attorney and certified financial planner Keith DeGreen.
And I'm investment advisor Sam DeGreen.
At Fiduciary Fee-Only DeGreen Capital Management in Scottsdale, we've pioneered powerful, low-cost, worldwide exchange-traded fund ETF investing.
Be sure to join
Good to be
us
back on the air.
weekends
Good to be
right
back
here
on the air.
News Talk 550 KFYI.
Good to see so many of you watching on Facebook,
watch our
too.
videos online at degreen.com, or better yet, call us.
Really appreciate it.
609-9900.
DeGreen Capital Management, bringing you a world of opportunities.
Minimum portfolio $500,000.
At Shane Company, we eliminate all middlemen and their markups and pass the savings on to you. I'm Tom Shane.
And I'm Ed, our lead diamond buyer. My team and I travel throughout the year to all three diamond capitals of the world, Antwerp, Tel Aviv, and Mumbai. We meet with the top diamond to hand select diamonds in every grade.
Such a sensual city.
Mumbai.
And every
Have you been to Mumbai?
Bangkok is the color.
Well, if you haven't been kidnapped.
It's where I hand select the most vibrant.
I have not been an extra in the movie Taken.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
Company goes around the world paying cash.
I need to get a Liam Neeson impersonation. That's a great impersonation to have. I will find you. I can't do it. I can do Morgan Freeman, but I can't do.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Then I will kill you. Yeah, I need to work on
You
that.
have a friend in the jewelry business.
I can do it as Morgan Freeman. And I will find you, and I will kill you.
Technology makes everything.
Me and Andy Dufresne. We will find you, and we will kill you. Then we will go to San Juaneo.
Collection only from Budget Line. We make it easy and affordable because now
Could do it as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And I will find you, and I will kill you. Scoob, are you with me?
Safety necessity for kids and pets. Our Budget Blinds
Doesn't work as well.
also features so many more choices.
I will find you, and I will kill you. I'm Ted Koppel.
Nice. Hold on, let me do it.
The best part?
I'll do it as Tom Brokaw.
Design,
And I will find you, and I will kill you.
Dial-in service for
This is Tom Brokaw.
every budget.
It was an ILL.
Smart home consultation.
Thanks, Ted, for that riveting report as we go back live now for this exclusive information.
Call 855 Budget Blinds now.
Fantastic. Oh, my God, that's funny. That's really good, bud. That's really good.
When you're ready to get a mortgage,
I throw it to my co-host who will do the next impersonation, Kermit the Frog.
Ooh.
Besides that, when you go to their website,
I will find you, and I will kill you.
the right place, get the right loan for you.
Thanks, Kermit. Once again, Jacko on his backo. That is our live exclusive news.
Dude, that's epic. That is fantastic. Oh, my God, that's fantastic.
We used to do a bit on the show where we would have a live reporter out in the field, and I would just do Koppel, and so it would be Koppel and James T back and forth.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Here we go.
Just ask.
There is no liner.
Okay. Rob Carson filling in on News Talk 550 KFYI. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. Honestly, I've enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've been on the radio with you guys, and it's just really funny. And I had no idea how funny Ross, the producer, is. My Lord in heaven. Wow. Funny dude. Does a killer Ted Koppel. So, all right. We were talking about Berkeley and how it would be funny if it weren't so frightening. I mean, it is funny, but gosh dang it, banning the word manhole because it's offensive to call it a maintenance cover. You can't say a fraternity or sorority because it's got to be called a Greek I don't even know what the hell they call it. It's just so stupid. Representative Joaquin Castro, Democrat from Texas, has introduced a bill banning the terms illegal alien, as well as alien. You can't use alien from the U.S. government's legal code. Castro is also the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, who doesn't speak for Hispanics, by the way. Castro, whose twin brother, Julian, who's running for president, said that the words matter, words matter, words matter. It's vital that we respect the dignity of immigrants fleeing violence and prosecution. In our language, the words alien and illegal alien work to demonize and dehumanize the migrant community. No, it's not about migrants. It's about people who break down the border in hordes and try to come into the country without permission. Sorry if you're offended that you're called illegal, because you are. See, this is another thing I'm just sick and tired of. They should have no place in our government's description of human beings. Castro's Change Act, what's that, the CCA? Or Correcting Alien Names in Government Act. CANGA. It's CANGA. Proposes to eradicate both illegal alien and alien throughout the Immigration and Nationality Act, replacing with the words foreign national and protective cover instead of manhole. No, and undocumented foreign national. Okay? Castro's statement continued, immigrants come to our borders in good faith and work hard for the opportunity to achieve a better life for themselves and the other members of MS-13. And their family. Eliminating this language from government expression puts us one step closer to preserving the dignity and ensuring their safety. What faculty lounge mental masturbation is that? The news release adds, in the midst of our current cultural dynamics, the bill is integral to creating a more welcoming... Oh, geez, I'm done. I got a little migraine on that one. It's just wow. Oh, by the way, June Rasmussen poll found that 26% of registered voter respondents considered the phrase illegal immigrant offensive. 61% of respondents said that it was not a problematic term. So there you go again, kids. We're going to win. I really think common sense is going to win. I do. I really think that Donald Trump's saying to the squad, if you don't like it here, get the GTFO. I really think we're going to win. I could be wrong. I would like to give you something right now. How does that sound? How about 2 tickets to see the Harlem Globetrotters on Saturday, August 24th, Talking Stick Resort Arena? Does that sound cool? How about we just do caller 10, 602-260-5394.
Thank you, sir.
602-260-5394. How about that? Caller 10. And as soon as Ross knows the winner, I will announce the winner. How does that sound? Ross, I could even put the winner on the air if you want. I don't care. Doesn't matter. We're giving away stuff. Oh, by the way, we are broadcasting live on Facebook as well. Okay, if you just go to Facebook at Rob Carson Show. Rob Carson Show. I'm right there. You can see the background and everything. I got a studio, and it's kind of cool. Here's a little bit more of the whole word police thing. Guide to Inclusive Language published by a Colorado State University task force. Students, faculty, and staff are supposed to avoid the use of the terms America and American, among others. This is so glorious. I don't even know what to say. We should just speak in grunts. Is that better? Did I offend anybody? In guttural grunts, we should maybe speak in burps. What? No, that's offensive. There's no words that we can use. We should just go, we should hum everything. How about that? Really? The Inclusive Language Guide was compiled by Colorado State's Inclusive Communications Task Force. Yeah, they've got one of those. Communications Task Force, Inclusive Communications Task Force, with the goal of helping communicators practice inclusive language and helping everyone on our campus feel welcome, respected, and valued. How could you be helping communicators by restricting the words you can use? Really? Okay, we want to help communicators by telling you to shut up. So America and American is a word phrase to avoid. The Americas encompass a lot more than the United States. There's South America, Central America, Mexico, Canada, and the Caribbean, just to name a few of 42 countries in total. That's why the word Americano in Spanish can refer to anything on the American continent. We're the United States of America. We're the only one. They don't say the United States of Mexico or the Mexico states of whatever the hell. Anyway, yet we talk about Americans in the United States. We're usually just referring to people from the United States. This erases other cultures and depicts the United States as the dominant American country. Well, we are, because we kind of are. Because the rest of them, not so much. Really not so much. Instead, people should say U.S. citizen or persons from the U.S. Yeah. Okay. Much of the document is devoted to eliminating the use of common words that express or imply gender or biological sex, like fresh man. It's not a fresh man. It's a fresh thing, I guess. Fresh. I don't know. Policeman. It can't be a policeman. Can't be male or female. Male and female refers to biological sex and not gender. Gender. It's okay. Gender. In terms of communication methods, articles, social media, etc., we very rarely need to identify or know a person's biological sex, and more often are referring to gender. In these cases, using gender identity terms is preferred. Instead of using he or she, you should use they, them, theirs, z, here, I-H-I-R, or because he and she simply implies that gender is binary. And again, I'm getting a headache. Which is why, coming up in the next segment, I think what I'll do is, well, I won't do it on the radio, but did you realize that the F-bomb can actually help as much as the Tylenol PM? We'll share that. Your thoughts as well. I'm going to try and find some time. I don't know if we have time for it in the show to talk about this gentleman being evicted from his home. His home was sold out from under him because he owed $240 in property taxes. We'll try to get to that. I don't know if we will or not because, my time is nigh. In the meantime, it is time to check Eastside, Westside traffic with Lee Powell. Hello, sir.
Hello there, Rob. Here's what's up. Not a whole lot of a break here as far as problems in our freeways and service streets. Crash on the 60 eastbound.
Now I'm having fun.
Meridian.
There you go.
Quite a backup there.
Well, hopefully you've been having fun.
Oh, no, I haven't. I got a little stressed out of the first when we lost communication, but I think these segments have been fun.
Road and McQueen.
Excellent.
Also one on Broadway at Central. 43rd Avenue, you've got a collision
but these,
there at
it just goes so quickly, bud.
Home west of 59th Avenue. Also on the west side of wreck, Thomas East and
I got impressed. I'm impressed with your Ted Koppel and your Kermit the Frog. That was really good, bud. I've done stand-up. You did a really nice job there. That was funny.
Go further than ever with the Discover Miles card. They automatically match the miles you earn at the end of your first year. So your 35,000 miles could become 70,000. Discover it Miles. Limitations apply. Discover match for new card members only. Learn more at discover.com/travel.
Real news, no spin. The Bill O'Reilly Update. News the way you want it. Tomorrow morning at 9:50 on 550 KFYI. On FM at 95.5 HD2.
The Crossroads of the West Gun Show is back this weekend inside the air-conditioned Coliseum at the Arizona State Fairgrounds.
We're finding everything we're looking for, so we're impressed.
Awesome selection. Awesome, yeah, just a lot more than I expected to see.
It's America's premier gun show with great deals on guns, ammo, scopes, accessories, and more. Some at wholesale prices. Plus jewelry, gift ideas, and door prizes.
We'll scour through, find the best bargain, come back and buy it.
Crossroads of the West Gun Show this weekend inside the air-conditioned Coliseum at the Fairgrounds. All sales are conducted in compliance with applicable laws. You can buy, sell, and trade at all Crossroads gun shows.
At Dreamstyle featuring Pella, we must sell 500 windows and doors by July 22nd, and only 200 remain. Buy one window or door, get the second 50% off, or 3 years no interest. We're only offering this discount and special financing until July 22nd. It will end sooner if we reach our goal, which means you have less than 1 week left to take advantage of our biggest savings of the year. At Dreamstyle Remodeling, we guarantee an unbeatable customer experience, a superior product, and expert installation. Buy one window or patio door, get the second 50% off, or 3 years no interest.
Give me a 60-second and then give me 30 seconds of music at the top of the hour.
200 units sold or until July 22nd. Dreamstyle Remodeling featuring Pella Windows and Doors. Call 480-877-9003 or visit dreamstylewindows.com to schedule your free consultation. That's 480-877-9003.
Welcome to Zip Pole USA, Apollo 11 edition. It's been 50 years since man first walked on the moon, but how many steps have we taken since? For the latest opinions direct from the Zip app, here's Christina Stoffa.
On July 21st, 19
1969, Apollo 11 landed on the moon. Here's a fun fact. Ford Motor Company helped launch the Apollo 11 mission. Evidently, Ford Aerospace actually built and maintained Mission Control, now known as Johnson Space Center. Here's Ford's Ted Ryan.
The astronauts are the heroes, risking their lives. The mission controllers are guiding them to safety. Believe it or not, there was 350 Ford employees sitting in mission control right beside one of the mission controllers, making sure that the communications and navigation equipment worked accurately.
Yeah, let's see some love. Give me some emojis on Facebook, if you would, please.
Ford was so involved.
I'd really appreciate it.
Conspiracy theory too for a long time.
It means a lot to me.
The landing was all filmed in a movie studio on Earth, and we never actually went to the moon. So, do you believe it was real, or are you in the conspiracy camp? At 77%, most zip pullers say we for real went to the moon, but at 23%, there is still plenty who say it's a
All right, I'm back.
conspiracy.
All right,
and
bud.
with Trump's Space Force being established, do you want more tax dollars to fund missions to space, like back to the moon or Mars? 63% say yes, space is worth it, but the other 37% say nope, too much to fix here on Earth.
Thanks, Christina. Download ZipPoll USA in your favorite app store today. Share your opinions.
There they
and
are.
Make sure your voice is heard. We'll have poll results every day on the trending topics taken directly from the Zip app. Thanks for listening to ZipPoll USA.
Driving is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to control your destiny, and to choose your path. And now, that freedom fits in the palm of your hand. It's called Ford Pass, the only app that gives you roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance that gives you, well, more freedom. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving, built Ford proud. Visit your participating
built Ford
dealers
proud
to
now.
find out about getting flexible complimentary
That mean Ford's
Yes,
gay?
because we can't say you're tough. That's too manly.
Well, proud means they're gay.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your
Built
participating
Ford
dealer or
proud now.
FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible
Okay,
with select smartphone
whatever.
platforms, is available via a download.
I don't buy Fords anyway.
Yeah, Ford's. Yeah.
Renter's Warehouse. List, rent.
I was a Saturn guy for a long time.
Oh, dear God in heaven.
Hey,
clear skies.
I was driving my 98 until last summer.
110.
Really?
I'm Craig Martin.
Yeah, and I was still getting like 33 miles to the gallon. The car was awesome.
What was that little, was it the Saturn View, the little convertible? Was that it? Is that,
Well, that's the Sky.
oh, I'd love to have a Saturn Sky. Shoot, yes.
miles could become 70,000.
But
Discover it miles.
the parts from the 96s to almost the 01s are pretty much all interchangeable.
It keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, they were awesome. Like finding parts for those things for a while was easy. And you could just, I mean, once you found somebody that knew how to fix one, you knew how to fix all of them.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Aaron Morris.
Simple cars. Loved them. Missed them horribly.
Cage the elephant.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Here we go.
We are here. Jeff Leppard. The iHeart.
You are closing tonight at 57.50.
Now,
Okay.
iHeartRadio.com/tickets. Mornings done right. Mike Broomhead tomorrow morning, starting at 6 on 550 KFYI and on
Less TP for you.
95.5 HD2.
You're live.
Talking about my generation right there. Come on. STP, baby. Generation X, proudly, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Carson filling in today on the conservative circus. We talked a little bit about the millennial generation. And, nothing against some of you who are millennials. I think the people who are really successful and positive, like a gentleman who called earlier, is a military service 27-year-old, technically a millennial, doesn't necessarily identify with the generation. And I don't blame you, because honestly, the popular narrative about millennials, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Generation X, we were the last generation to have skin knees, not wear sunscreen, didn't wear a bike helmet, stayed out after dark, didn't have a cell phone, had 3 channels on the television. I know it makes me sound old. I know, whatever. I don't care. So did you realize that a new study finds that swearing when injured has a measurable impact on pain tolerance? This is great. So and come on, who has it? Listen, you always say you're never going to be your dad. I'm never going to be my dad. I'm never going to be my mom. And you become that person. I become that guy. I have become that guy. So when I drop something or I hurt myself, I did my very best. I did my very best to not be my father for a variety of reasons. But my father, he would elicit these streams of non sequitur profanity that still exist in the atmosphere. That I swear to God, they're still up there. They're still up there somewhere. Because he'd just throw this and that and F and A and shoe, and he'd throw something that doesn't make any sense, like a tree, and then and you know, I get it now. The men, when they get a little older, they start hitting their heads on stuff. Did you ever notice that? I don't know what to do. But anyway, apparently if you use the F-bomb, pain tolerance increases by up to 33%. So spectacular. Swearing can increase pain tolerance for a short time. This makes sense. New study investigated whether people could use more appropriate language when injured and get the same effect. Did not happen. So apparently these people, these language experts, decided to create two fake profanities. One of them called Twiz Pipe and Fouch. And they used Twiz Pipe and Fouch instead of the F-bomb. Slang apparently has 1,000 swear words. But apparently Twiz Pipe and Fouch did not work. The good old F-bomb is the thing that did it. And this reminds me. I remember my son was young, and I was putting together a piece of furniture. I don't know what it was. It was IKEA. Okay. You can thank IKEA for all the F-bombs that exist in the atmosphere. One of these days, we're gonna have an IKEA thunderstorm of F-bombs because they give you instructions with no words. So I'm putting together this IKEA thing. It's a pantry, and then literally there are 300 screws in this thing. And I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to swear. My son's 4 years old. I'm not going to swear. And by God, I did not swear. And I got to the very end, the last screw of this thing. And it did one of those things where it fell from my hand and I went, no! And it fell out of my grasp. And it landed on the floor. And it did a slow roll to the furnace vent. And it dropped out of my reach. And that was when I did. Well, it was epic. It was epic. I don't really remember it. I remember waking up and my wife going, my God, what have you done? And I went, I have no idea. Using the F-bomb is good. If it relieves pain. So instead of taking an Advil, just go, there you go. Are you going to be going on the Area 51 raid? Apparently 1.3 UFO conspiracy theorists have joined Facebook to storm the classified military base. That's not going to be good. The online campaign inviting alien enthusiasts to don their tinfoil hats and storm Area 51 will now be live streamed across the internet. I don't know if that's a good idea. This is one of these things where, you've heard the famous last word things, like the redneck famous last words. Hey, watch this. This is the Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. Facebook event is scheduled to take place. This is September the 20th. 1.3 million UFO conspiracy theorists. There's a company called Area 51, operates a shopping mall in the area and runs live immersive experiences, is planning to live stream the assault on the top. See, this, you don't want to assault a top secret military base. Okay? This isn't going to happen, right? This is not going to happen. Not going to happen. Despite the fun nature of the event, storming a highly classified military base. I mean, my God, who hasn't wanted to do that? I mean, it's like Burning Man all over again. Apparently, the spokesperson for the U.S. military basically said that Area 51 is an open training range for the U.S. Air Force, and we would discourage anyone from trying to come into the area where we train armed forces. In other words, you come here, we will kick your assets. Okay? The last known person who went hunting for aliens in Area 51 was shot dead by guards back in January. Not a good idea. Did you watch Independence Day on July 4th? Did you watch on TBS or TNT? Did you watch the movie Independence Day all day? I missed it this year. I had to work. Oh, I love that movie. So bad and so good. By the way, some planes developed at Area 51. U-2 spy plane SR-71 Blackboard, which I've had a chance to see and sit in. Really cool. And the F-17A Nighthawk stealth fighter all developed there. And, of course, the crash of an alien spacecraft in 1947, which is what started the whole UFO thing. Do you believe in that? I mean, do you believe that? I don't know if we want to get into this right now, but I mean, we've been on the planet for a very long time. The universe has been around for a very long time. Don't you think if there were other people or beings out there would be radio signals going around the galaxy? Whatever. I don't want to get into that. Kind of an odd departure from the show. I don't have a chance to. I don't have a chance to get into this veteran who had his home sold out from under him. I wanted to do that tonight. I do think that is very sad that Jim Berner's home, because of $240 in property taxes, home was sold out from under him. And I do feel very bad that the sheriff of Maricopa County is being an autocrat with this. I hope that this can be resolved because there's no reason for this man to be kicked from his home. In the meantime, it's time for me to go. I really do appreciate you joining me tonight, and I want to thank Darren, and I want to thank Aaron, and I want to thank Ross. Thank you. You did a great job as the producer tonight. Been real pleasure to be on the Conservative Circus. Check out Rob Carson on Facebook at Rob Carson Show, on Twitter at Rob Carson. Okay. In the meantime, bless you. Have a glorious evening, and I hope to see you again soon here on News Talk 550 KFYI.
You're clear.
All right. God, that went fast.
I know.
Well, thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it. I appreciate your help today.
After you've been hurt in a car wreck.
Indeed. Again, really appreciate you helping us out and filling in for James. And the show was great. So,
all right, dude. I will talk to you soon.
How to get your medical.
Yes, sir. Take it easy.
I see.
Pocket cost. How to get every dollar you deserve. Tax.
All right. And for those of you watching on Facebook, thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a real pleasure to get back on the radio. It's been a little while. Things have been very busy and very hectic. And I do believe that my place is on the radio and will be. God bless. See you soon. Appreciate it.